After making 60 videos about Kingdom Hearts, I think it's time that I talk about this guy. The most mysterious, the most powerful, the most laid-back big bad in video game history. The Master of Masters. If you haven't been paying attention, or you haven't watched my videos about Union Cross, you probably don't know about Kingdom Hearts' new villain. Now that Xehanort is gone, Nomura needed a new big bad. Someone to play the villain in the next 9 Kingdom Hearts games. And with Missing Link delayed for the 50th time, and Kingdom Hearts 4 coming out eventually, I think it's time someone explain everything we know about the living mystery box known as the Master of Masters. Kingdom Hearts Jesus, otherwise known as the Master of Masters, the most important person in the lore right now, lived in ancient times. There was a war, the Keyblade War. A war so big that in the 20 years of Kingdom Hearts lore, we still haven't seen it. I've said it before and I'll say it again, make a goddamn MMO already. It's right there. It's the realm of fairy tales. Final Fantasy and Disney mixed with the public domain universe. All of it in the same world. Come on, it's a no-brainer. Shut up and develop my ideas already. Anyway, before the universe was destroyed, all the worlds in Kingdom Hearts were one shared public domain universe, the land of fairy tales. But a great evil was forged, and I'm not talking about Disney's copyright. The 13 true darknesses, formless shadows made from the evil committed in the Great Keyblade War. We don't know much about this war. We don't know who was fighting, why they were fighting, or even who survived. But we know that the Master of Masters was in that war, and after it was over, he vowed to stop the true darkness from existing. He had a plan. He studied the power of time travel. He ripped his own eye out and attached it to a sword called No Name, and he looked into the future, and through this eye, he could see every event that would come to pass. He traveled up and down the timeline, watching some of these events firsthand, meeting with powerful Keyblade wielders before they changed the world. After seeing everything that has ever occurred or ever will occur, he settled down. He built a home, a place called Daybreak Town. Here he found 5 disciples, the Foretellers. He trained them to fight, to control the darkness within them, and he made them fight each other in a terrible war. It was less of a war and more of a slaughterhouse, where dozens of Keyblade-wielding kids killed one another on the graves of the old war, fighting each other for the Foretellers, each working for a different union. This war was orchestrated as bait to lure out the darknesses. Each of the Foretellers would become possessed by these great evils. They would lock them away inside of them, and then travel through time, removing 6 darknesses from the world. Because the darkness can never truly be destroyed, they decided to make it not exist for a while. The Master gave his closest disciple Luxu the Book of Prophecies and taught him how to live forever. Luxu would carry the Keyblade No Name and watch over the person who wielded it. He would become a living waypoint, a fixed constant in time, a person who can bring people back from the past, a fast travel icon for time travel. The Master planned every moment of history, not trying to prevent tragedies from happening, not trying to alter the timeline, not even deciding what happens. He simply allowed things to occur to keep darkness at bay. But one day, the Master vanished without a trace. Daybreak Town fell to ruin, flooded under a great sea. The survivors of the war were protected by 5 chosen kids. Eventually, these kids sealed away 7 more darknesses, locking them in a digital trap called Game Central Station. After the chaos, these kids were scattered across time, and the world crumbled. The Master of Masters always planned for this to happen. He knew it would happen. The woman that taught them everything she knew learned from him. Generations later, a new city was built on the ruins of Daybreak Town, Scala ad Caelum, and several generations of Keyblade kids trained there. Eventually, Xehanort was born. He traveled the world and began to hate everyone. So the Master met with him and spoke with him, learning just who this Dark Seeker was. Xehanort was nothing more than a footnote in history, a way to train the Child of Destiny and his friends to fight, a punching bag that would slowly grow their strength, a darkness that would allow the light to shine it out. And just as quickly as the Master of Masters appeared, he vanished. But don't worry, the Master of Masters will soon return. He has already appeared in the fictional world of Quadratum at the end in the secret movie of Kingdom Hearts 3, and he will become the new big bad of Kingdom Hearts. His identity is a mystery, his past is vague, and he's less of a character and more of a cardboard cutout. But soon, he will be the most important character in Kingdom Hearts. Some people believe that under that hood is a character we already know. Some say it's an older Sora, and people have even made concept art for that. An older Riku, Lushu in disguise, Demyx pulling all the strings from behind the scenes, maybe even Yozora from the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailers. Personally, I don't even know if the Master has a face. He could just as easily be pure darkness under there. He could be a self-insert for Nomura for all we know. Or maybe he's just some guy. The concept of him being Sora is pretty compelling, considering there's a lot of evidence that people have found that's circumstantial, but I don't know if that's the most fitting answer. He might just be some guy. There's no way to know what's under that hood. But what we do know is that the Master is going to shake things up. He wants to lock away the darknesses. But Riku has already proven and learned that darkness isn't necessarily evil. The Master has a flawed purpose, and he will do anything to achieve his goals. Regardless of what happens in the next 50 Kingdom Hearts games, Sora and Riku and their friends are gonna kick ass with the power of friendship, and people will continue to argue whether or not they have crushes on each other until the sun explodes. Anyway, I'm Aloney the Bard, and that was your Kingdom Hearts history lesson. Thanks for listening. Bye. Whew, this series has been going on for a long time. I was going to stretch it out and talk about each individual game next, and I might still do that if I can find an interesting angle to talk about. But for the next few weeks, I'm going to be talking about the last two characters on my list. The characters people have been waiting for. So I'll see you next week. It's going to be a good one. If you want to watch more of my stuff, check out this other video. It's about Dark Road. It's one of my weirder videos. I hope you liked my fun outfit. I got the darkness robe from Dream Drop, Sora's Inner Darkness or whatever. I think it looks pretty good. I like dressing up for these. It's fun. Anyway, check out that video about Dark Road. It's pretty good. I made it a long time ago. I think it's one of my wackier videos. Let me know what you think. Bye. Bye.